Happy Homebrew Wednesday, boys and girls. This is going to be almost like a kind of highlight compilation type video because last week I did a video in Windows Movie Maker and it crashed at the last second as I was loading it, so I couldn't be bothered redoing it, and I've been mega busy at work. It's like 11:30 now on Wednesday night, so I'm just pretty much going to throw stuff together that I've videoed over the last couple of weeks, which is actually quite a lot, but I'll try and do it as quick as possible because I need to get to bed and back into work early in the morning. But anyway, there's been a lot going on. Take it away, oh Bob. Cheers. Bollocks. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, guys. That right there is symbolic of the situation in my house right now with the beer, the homebrew, in as much as I have one bottle left. So I'm falling into that gap between the really regular Homebrew Wednesday broadcasters who do it every week without fail, and the guys who kind of slip off the map for a few weeks at a time and don't do one. Anyway, the important point is I'm still rolling with the home brewing. I've taken this drying up in the household as an incentive, as a kick, a nudge to actually do some brewing. So I've got a little bit of a video that I expect I'll include in this, which is of me doing my third extract brew, my Timothy Taylor Landlord. And since then, that was on Friday night. Since then, I've also done a wheat beer kit. So I popped out of the weekend to grab a few more things for my homebrew DIY, and I thought, let's go to the local homebrew shop. I really need to stock up, obviously. So I went and got a wheat beer kit. I thought, I'm just going to do it, something nice and easy and quick. And I've never made a wheat beer before, so I thought I'd do the Brew Firm. This is just the wrapper from the can, the liquid malt extract can. Brew Firm Tava beer, I think it is. It's an almost white coloured beer. Slightly cloudy, pleasant taste, aromatic nose, and a real thirst quencher. So I've really developed a taste for wheat beers recently, so I'm looking forward to that. Trying that. It's I made a yeast starter. In fact, I went into the shop and I bought the kit. I bought some dry malt extract to go with it rather than sugar, and then I bought some yeast as well, some wheat yeast. And to be honest, I think I just forgot that you get yeast with these kits anyway. And in any case, some people recommend that you get yeast anyway, and some other yeast. And so I bought this extra yeast, but because I checked the packaging, it said best before February 2013. So I was like, should I even bother with this? And the guy goes, yeah, take 2 for the same price because it's going out of date. So essentially I ended up with 3 sachets of wheat yeast to make a yeast starter with, and I went on the guidance in How to Brew by John Palmer, and in the end it ended up, when I was rehydrating it first and then I created the starter, I probably didn't allow enough water and that sort of thing for the amount of yeast I had. I had a monumental amount of yeast in there. So needless to say, the fermentation has been ridiculous. It's been really, really vigorous. I put it in a 33 litre plastic bucket fermenting bin. This is only a 15 litre kit, so it's slightly less than half full, and it foamed. The krausen have foamed all the way up to the lid and blown the airlock off when I went to look at it about 12 hours after I started fermenting it. Brilliant. But I took a little, because I wasn't sure if it was fermenting properly because the airlock had kind of clogged up and stuff. So I kind of cleaned the airlock, refilled it, and I also took a gravity reading at the same time. And I had a taste out of the test jar, and it was like, that tastes really nice. I had a really productive weekend. So not only did I make 2 batches of beer, which are currently fermenting, but I also pretty much did the whole of my boiler build project. So that's nearly complete now. All I need to do is drill the holes in my copper tubing that I'm using as a hop strainer, and that's complete. So my budget boiler build has cost me about 30
So
quid. Literally a few hours work away from being all grain, or being ready for all grain, because obviously my mash tun's ready and everything like that. So I think what I'm going to do, I guess one of my questions as I approach is, I've got 2 questions for you guys this week. Being a beginner, I'm hoping all you more experienced guys out there will help me out. One of them is an equipment question. So grain mills. I want to get a grain mill. I can afford, but I don't particularly want to spend £100, £200 or $200 at the minute. I guess I just wonder what you guys use for milling your grain, those of you that do. Let me know. Let me know if your good or bad experiences with grain mills. The other question I have is, now that I'm going into all grain, the world is my oyster. Literally, I can create, one of the whole ideas, you can create pretty much what you want from scratch. So I'd be really interested to know, you guys out there who listen to me regularly or not, what's your number 1 all grain recipe that you'd recommend me to try? I have some preferences as far as types of beer are concerned, but I've got a pretty broad taste, so I'd really appreciate your hearty recommendations for a beer recipe that's okay. It needs to have a reasonably easy mashing schedule. I don't want lots of rest periods at different temperatures and that sort of thing, ideally. But yeah, let me know. Give me your favourite all grain recipes, and the one that really sparks my interest. That's going to be what I could try. That's going to be my first all grain recipe. Thanks, guys. Bye. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Empty. And finally, it's time for brew day. I've not brewed up for absolutely ages. So, it's time for as you can see, I'm surrounded by equipment and ingredients. So, I'm going to make Timothy Taylor Landlord this time. Timothy Taylor Landlord, classic British beer, extract brew, and to take it away with the description and ingredients, oh Bob. This recipe is from Brew Your Own British Real Ale by Graham Wheeler. So yeah, here you can see I'm doing the extract brew with dry malt extract, which is going everywhere, never mind. 2.3 kilograms of pale malt, dry malt extract. 25 grams of black malt. So basically, I think that basically adds a little bit of colour to it. The recipe calls for Golding hops. I've got EKG here, East Kent Goldings. Hopefully they'll do the job. I don't think I was sure when I bought the ingredients whether the 2 are interchangeable, to be honest, but what the heck, I'm sure it'll be fine. And finally, Styrian Goldings. 25 grams of Styrian Goldings at the start of the boil, and then 16 grams last 10 minutes. I'm actually probably going to up the dosage, as it were, up the amount of Styrian Goldings, because they've been in this, they've been in the freezer like this for a couple of months now. They're not vacuum packed. They're kind of, well, supposedly airtight, but apparently these things do lose some aroma and flavour over time.
Not quite sure about alpha acids, whether they go off or what, but I'm pretty sure they lose aroma over time, so I'm just going to put a little bit more, maybe 20% extra of those in. That can't hurt really, I wouldn't have thought. A little bit more hoppiness, a bit more, you know, a bit more fragrance to the flavour. Nothing wrong with that. Protofloc tablets to get the help along with the flocculation. And I've got some dried yeast. Let's brew on. What do you get when you cross a fish slice with a tin opener? Officially the most awesome hot bag holder ever thought of in the spontaneous 30 seconds when you had nothing else to use. Look at that. Now, I'm not saying I'm a genius, but that is freaking awesome. Look at the stability. Look at the stability. Fabricated in a matter of seconds and recollapsible to form 2 useful kitchen implements. Boom! Beautiful! Working like a charm. Look at the stability! Look at the stability! Just watching a bit of off-tap brewing and waiting for the boil over. We better not fucking boil over this time. Look how carefully I'm watching it. I'm watching it like a hawk. Something will happen like behind me in a minute. I'll get distracted. I'll turn back and it'll be everywhere. No, I'm not going to let it happen. I'm not going to let it happen this time. Speaking of calibrating your thermometer, this is just starting to boil, this wort. And it's 104 my thermometer. My old school thermometer. So there you go. What does that mean for my thermometer? Should I bin it? Should I get another one? Should I keep looking until I find a perfect one? Should I just adjust my readings at lower temperatures? I haven't been doing any, I haven't done any all grain yet, but I will be very shortly. At which point, I think it's pretty key that I know what the temperature is, you know? Because 4 or 5 degrees makes a massive difference, I would think, at that with mashing. So, yeah, let me know. Cheers.